Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So let's continue with our tutorial. So last time we discussed about comparison operators. Now let's make use of this and apply it for control flow. Now control flow statements allow you to execute code conditionally or repeatedly, and it's actually an if-else statements. So for example, I have here a variable score which is assigned to a value 85, and then for me to use a control flow, it has the following template, right? But the syntax for it is actually this one: if, else, and end, right? So here, as you can see, it takes an input for first for if, for example, if say score is greater than or equal to 90. So this is the conditional flow, control flow. This is the first conditional statement that we have, which uses the um, comparison operators, because here we are saying greater than or equal to, which is this one, right? Greater than or equal to. So now the output of this will be a true or false, right? As you can see here, we have here true or false, so it's a boolean. So whatever the output of this one, if it is true, so assuming this is true, if true, then it will actually run this one. Else, if it is not true, then it will proceed to this one and check also if this one is also true. If this is true, then it will print this, and then it will stop, right? Otherwise, if it is still not true, then it will proceed to this one, right? So as you can see here, in this case, score is 85. So the first comparison that we have here, it's actually asking if score is greater than or equal to 90, which is false, right? Because 85 is not greater than or equal to 90, right? So since this is false, it will not execute this print. Rather, it will proceed to the next line here, to the next else if statement, and then all checks if this is again true. So is score greater than or equal to 70? In this case, 85 is greater than or equal to 70, and so that's why it is true. So because it is true, it will then print this one, right? And then it will not proceed to this one, right? It will just print this, right? So if I run that, there you go. The output is good job, which is this one, right? Now what if I say 100 and then run it? What would be the answer, right? In this case, if it is 100, so it will compare this. If score is greater than 100, so in this case, score is greater than or equal to 90, and so that's why the score is excellent, because 100 is greater than or equal to 90, right? So that's how control flow is. But you can also have something like this one. So if I remove this, it will also work, right? So in this case, it will still print 100, right? But if I say 50, it will immediately say keep practicing, right? It will not have this one, right? It will not have this one. So if I say this case 75, it will say good job, right? But if I remove that, it will now say keep practicing, because this one is false, and so it will not print this. Rather, this one will be the one that's going to be printed. The other part is that you can also have more than that one. So for example, score is greater than or equal to 70, else if score is greater than 60. Let's just say close but good, but good. So good job. And so if I have here, say for example 65, 65 is not greater than or equal to 90, and so this is false, so it will skip this. And then this one, 65 is also not greater than 70, so it will skip this. And so this one, score is greater than or equal to 60, which is true because we have 65 here, and so this will be the output, right? So as you can see, close but good. The other thing that I'd like to highlight to you from you is that maybe at this point, let's not have that yet. Maybe in my future video, and that is you can also have something like this one. If score is greater than or equal to 90, and score is less than or equal to 95, it's excellent, right? But if, say, for example, 100, assuming, right? Else if, for example, I can also do something like this one. Else if, let's just say this one, excellent. Wow, awesome. Else if I say 80 to 80 to 90, we can say excellent, right? So as you can see, I have here two a comparison operator here, and also another. This is for logical operation, and so I'm actually combining two comparison operators. So what I'm saying here, if the score, say for example 95, it will say wow, awesome, because here score is greater than or equal to 90 because it's 95, so this will be true, and this is the n, and score is also less than or equal to 100, and so therefore it's awesome, right? And if I say 85, for example, it will say the score is greater than 80 and the score is also less than 90, so therefore it's excellent. So that's why it's excellent, because 85 is between 80 and 90. So you can do that one as well. I think I have that as well down below, so we'll revisit that if ever, inshallah. For now, let's end it there. Assalamu alaikum.